Hi, everyone. Welcome to a Friday Night Live. I'm Mr. Jason.
I'm Mr. Greg.
I don't usually say Mr. Jason.
What was
Mr.
that?
Jason? I don't know. It just felt right. Maybe I'll start going by Mr. Jason.
No, you will always be the Mr.
Okay, maybe so. Well, I'm the Mr. We are so excited to talk to you tonight about some fun things that we have coming your way with Elevate Academy. You've heard us already talk about Elevate Academy. You've already seen Elevate Academy. Some of you may have already registered for Elevate Academy. But we've got some new fun things coming your way, and we want to explain a little bit of that to you.
We're really excited about this topic because this is a topic that everyone's talking about. Teachers are talking about it. It's all over social media. We also know it's overwhelming and stressful. So we are bringing this to you in a way that is going to help you. It is going to support you. It is going to make this easier. We're really excited about this. I'm excited about this as a classroom teacher because I'm going to learn and grow, and this is going to make me a better teacher. So I'm really excited about this.
Got to step forward because I got to advance my slide here. So far, when you've heard us talk about Elevate Academy, what we've talked to you about is our 2023 conference series. The Elevate Academy 2023 conference series simply encompasses all of the in-person sessions that you saw in 2023. So everyone who attended Elevate Nashville or Elevate New England, the sessions that they saw, we have now taken those and recorded them, and they're now available virtually through the 2023 conference series under Elevate Academy. So that's what Elevate Academy has been thus far.
And if they register for Elevate Academy, that also includes
our virtual conference next year. So if you register for Elevate Academy 2023 conference series, not only do you get, I think it's 45 sessions, right, that took place in Nashville and in New England, but then you also get access to next year's Elevate Virtual Summer Conference, okay, which is separate from the Academy, separate from what we're getting ready to talk about. The Virtual Summer 2024 Conference is completely separate, okay? So here's what's new right now, what we're here to talk to you about tonight. So again, so far, Elevate Academy 2023 Conference Series, that's all you've seen. Registration is still open for that at elevateyourclassroom.com. You need to go and get registered. It's only $150 between now and the end of the month. And again, not only do you get those 45 sessions from the in-person conferences, but you also get access to our virtual conference
in 2024.
In 2024, that's right. So, normally our virtual conference is $100 just by itself, right? So you're gonna pay $150 and you get the virtual conference next year plus these 45 other sessions. You can't beat that.
Right, it's a phenomenal deal.
So that's what Elevate Academy 2023 Conference Series is. Now, look at this. This is the other course that's under Elevate Academy. So this is how Elevate Academy works. Elevate Academy is the umbrella. Under that umbrella, we want to dive deep into other topics, right? We want to take some courses and dive deep into them. The first one we're diving deep into is the Science of Reading course by Jake Daggett and Holly Ehle. They have put together a phenomenal course for you. It's 10 modules. It's going to start on September 1st and it runs for 10 months. It's just going to be phenomenal. So Jake and Holly are actually here with us tonight, right here with us, and they're going to talk to you about Elevate Academy's Science of Reading course. They're going to tell you what all's included, how it's going to work, and why you need to get registered for it today. Holly and Jake. Oh, by the way, when you guys get up here, please be sure to introduce yourselves and tell everyone a little bit about you. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, how are you? You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm Jake. Jake Daggett. I teach first grade. I'm entering my 8th year of teaching. I teach first grade actually in Wisconsin, not Minnesota, for people where they don't know where Milwaukee is. So I teach first grade and I'm an adjunct supervisor for Marquette University in their elementary education track.
Oh, that's awesome. Hi guys, I am Holly Ehle, and I have been a teacher for a lot longer than you have. A little bit older than Jake, but no, I've been in the classroom for over 20 years and taught at all levels from pre-K all the way up to actually 4th grade, but really spent most of my time in kindergarten and really working, with a specific focus in literacy between pre-K and 2nd grade.
Hello.
Hey,
Thank you so much, Greg and Jason, for the intro. We're so excited for the Elevate Academy Science of Reading course. I'm Jake Daggett. I live in Wisconsin. I teach in Milwaukee, first grade. I'm on my 8th year of teaching, and I'm an adjunct faculty for the Marquette University College of Education.
And I'm Holly Ehle, and I have been teaching elementary, actually pre-K through 2nd grade for just a little over 20 years. And this year made a little bit of a shift. So I'm actually super blessed. I am serving as a science of reading professor at a local university, and I get to work with the big kids Monday, Wednesday, Friday, teaching courses on how to teach reading to our pre-service teachers. But on Tuesday and Thursday, I am still in the classroom with the most amazing team ever, teaching science of reading aligned literacy to our pre-K through 4th graders. So still in the classroom. So super excited to be working with the littles and the bigs this year.
And signing up for this Academy course is going to bring you 10 modules. Now, before we go through those modules quickly so that you have that information, it's also going to bring you each module, in addition to the module's title session, 45 to 60-minute video, PD. You will also see a lot of extra things that we have. I'll tell you about 2 of them, and Holly can tell you about some live things we'll be doing throughout the month as well.
That's good.
The first 2 that come with each module, a research lab, relevant research to that module's content. You might need it later. You might want to share it with your teammates. You might want it for yourself to check that you're up to date with evidence-based practice. So that research lab will have links.
Absolutely. Sometimes it might have little videos to put that research into terms and understandings that are like really applicable to you as a classroom teacher. Super excited about that, because we know that in order for you to buy into changing your instruction, that you have to understand why. And we want educators to feel respected and knowledgeable, just like a physician, because your work is so important. And that's what we love about the science of reading. It's because what it does is really place the teacher back in that position of being the most important thing. Programs don't teach, teachers teach. And so we are here to absolutely support you. One of the biggest things that we heard back in regards to feedback from our summer conferences was that so many teachers were so excited to shift their instruction, but they felt like they just needed a little bit more support, because sometimes their admin or just their environment at school wasn't enough. So we want to be your virtual coaches this year.
Which brings us to the next thing. In addition to that research lab, there will also be a module-specific resource hub. So a resource hub, a little different than the research. A resource hub will actually be usable templates when applicable, usable lesson plan templates. Maybe it's a grid that you can fill in that might be for a small group. Also usable actual activities or mapping templates for phoneme graphing mapping, whatever the module will lend itself to. The last 2 things, Holly, if you want to talk quickly about our Facebook group that we'll have for this community.
Yeah, so exciting. And I just want to highlight one other thing when I'm talking about the Facebook group, but also reflecting back into like the resource hub. We're going to make sure that we provide resources for pre-K teachers, kindergarten, 1st grade, and 2nd grade. So if we have any teachers out there saying, will this be applicable to me? Yes, it will. So the other special part we're going to offer is really this specialized science of reading community that we're going to invite you into, that we're going to host on Facebook. So it's going to be a group that you can participate in anytime. Post your questions, ask for tips. We'll be popping on there and supporting you. But our goal really is to create this community among all of you too. So you can feel like you're not alone, and that we can grow this community so that we can be together next summer in person. And a part that we love and are really looking forward to is every month. And we're thinking the 3rd Thursday of every month, we're going to hop on for a live, and we're going to be reviewing some of the special content that we've been focusing on, and then really opening it up for any questions that you have, that we can literally be there to just support and uplift you, because you're amazing and you deserve the support. And that's our passion, to be there for you.
And so we are excited to show you. We worked very hard with the team at Elevate. Again, we are thankful to Greg, Jason, Jose for their support in launching this through Elevate. And so what we're very happy to share is what we've planned for you. And in fact, already gotten started on modules 1 and 2 filming this weekend, so we can't wait to share. Module 1 is going to start off with a normed foundation of literacy science. There are a lot of things on many platforms that maybe don't always agree with each other. What foundation are we going to be norming on? There are a lot of variations, simple view of reading, active view of reading, reading rote. What are we going to be using so that we're not just constantly mentioning things, but we're using a foundation and we're building on a normed foundation. So that'll be really important. Even if, of course, you're already knowledgeable about some of those things, come with us to Module 1 so that you can be on the same page of where we're headed. Module 2 will jump right into the speech to print approach. If you've been an in-person attendee, you've seen Holly's theory, Holly's presentation on the speech to print approach. And then you've seen possibly my application of that with some added kinesthetic multisensory strategies.
Absolutely.
This will be why we do that speech to print approach. And a couple steps of where you might start from pre-K and then all the way to using sound walls.
Yep.
Module 3 will be very important, especially because us science of reading folks sometimes get told we're not prioritizing the read aloud. We're not prioritizing comprehension. We're not prioritizing vocabulary and morphology. So this one is actually going to be a really, really fun session of how you can set students up for success. Rich texts.
Yes.
I had to say that for Vera because her sessions on that is awesome.
I know it.
And vocabulary that sets them up. Holly's going to continue with 4, 5, and 6.
All right, so Module 4, we're going to hop into teaching phonological and phonemic awareness. We'll talk about the difference between the two. And not only that we should be teaching these things, but why. We're going to be talking about how kids' brains actually learn, and when we apply instructional approaches like this, how it connects everything. So we're going to be filling in all of the maybe knowledge gaps there for you. And then Module 5 is going to be all about sound walls. And this is such a popular topic. We get so many questions on this. So this session is going to give you all the information that you need. We're going to tell you all about sound walls, what their purpose is, how you can use it, not just for writing and spelling, but how really they can be foundational pieces at the pre-K kindergarten all the way up levels to connect the sounds and the graphemes that represent them. Such a powerful tool, and we're going to show you exactly how to use those.
And what's important about that one is, it's not about how we put it on the wall, because that's easily findable. You don't need us for that.
Right.
This really will be looking at actual student work samples, thinking, is this a phonological error? Is this an orthographical error? How might the sound wall be an aid to the student as their point of view to help them? So we're actually going to put it into practice. And so that'll be one of my favorites.
One of the things that you're going to hear us echo throughout all of these sessions is obviously evidence-based instructional approaches. Everything that you see here is going to be research-based, evidence-based. And one of the big things that we know from brain science is that a gradual release of control is so important. And so we're going to talk a lot about in sound walls, really in all these modules, how we have to provide that explicit systematic instruction first as the teachers, and then start to release that control, and how we can use all of these things at all of those various stages. So Module 6 is going to hop right into then the importance of sound to spelling activities and orthographic mapping. We'll be talking about what that is, how that works, things we can do in the classroom to promote that. And we're talking all the way from pre-K to second and above. And within that session, we're going to really talk a lot more about how do you teach irregular high frequency words? You might have heard like heart words as a buzz. We're going to be talking about how we go about doing that in the classroom. And one thing that I know I get a ton of questions on, and I feel like I have lived this experience myself, is that when I was making the shift from balanced literacy to a science of reading aligned instructional approach, I could find books that I could read, and I could even find some people on social media to follow that maybe were specialists or tutors. But what I had trouble with is finding like a classroom teacher that I could say, okay, I kind of get this, but what does it look like in a classroom of like 26 kids? And so we hope that that's where we can step in and show you, because we are both literally in the classroom, every day living this and have gone through this transitional period. So we want to be your resource for that. And that's really another reason that I love Elevate so much, is that we pride ourselves in being a conference that isn't just like one and done. We're here literally long-term to support you. And we're excited to show you how we're going to do that. So let's see what else is coming.
Yes. And so we'll wrap up the modules with these last 4 that really connect. Your daily systematic phonics block is something we get a lot of questions about. When do I do phonics? How long? Is phonics overprescribed? Is phonics the fix for what's going on with our country's data right now? So we'll tackle a little bit of that, but that'll also be tackled earlier when we talk about those foundations. Mm-hmm. This will dive into the literal systematic phonics block, which I've presented on. Christina DeCarbo has presented on for Elevate as well. We'll be really amping that up, obviously in a virtual setting to show you.
What you're going to find, especially if you have not seen Jake present before, is gone are the days of like the phonics workbook. Like most people associate phonics with like dull, repetitive.
Boring.
That is not what you're going to get.
Yes.
And this session is going to be absolutely the opposite of that, super engaging. So
especially because then we'll move into another part of your day, which would be a small group. So when you bring the phonics to small group and also the reading, when would you use a decodable? When would you use a leveled reader? Now, again, you can Google a lot of answers for that. So we'll actually dive into literal features of these texts, and we're not going to give you a one and done answer. This module is really going to talk about how we're not really here to shame anyone for the books they have access to.
Or what
could you use it for? Right. You still could be using it for some great things. So we're going to go through that as opposed to just dealing with that war between the two. So versus really just means let's talk about the pros of each and when we would use them. Module 9 brings you to really part of that, right? Now you'll have heard of that. So we're going to put it into then teacher table tips. How do I bring in some of my blending drills and mapping to my small group, but then also can I get in the contextual reading piece to practice it in text?
And this is really where you're going to differentiate instruction for those kiddos that are excelling or like struggling. We're going to show you really how to observe kids and use that data to drive your small groups. So
yes, and so we'll close with really a culmination of everything you've learned. Then we know that there's a lot of research. I do love Timothy Shanahan's opinion on this, where not necessarily just we're going to go to centers time because it just is, but how is it purposeful, where my groups might have changed. My groups might have changed since last week. I might not meet with every group at a certain time just because I have to. It might be because of what's needed in that time. So what are the others doing? And what are they practicing that's related to the phonics block that was whole group? So this will be really nice that we can really talk about some things we view as seat work, things you could amp up and tweak.
Yeah, because we cannot afford to waste like 5 minutes of any child's time. So we want to make sure everything that we do in the center block is super purposeful, and it will really be taking all of these other skills that we've taught the kids and putting them into practice in a way that will strengthen their skills.
So I'm going to reiterate as we go to this next slide. Before we bring Jason back to address a couple closing remarks, I did want to mention with Holly here, the 10 modules, again, you're having the sessions we just explained to you. In addition, you'll have that research lab, you'll have the resource hub in each module pertaining to the module's title.
You'll also have the opportunity to get on live with us as your virtual coaches
every month
and ask questions, so that we're literally going to be there to support you. So that's super exciting, and we love the fact that one of Elevate's missions is to really, honestly, like truly support teachers, and we get it because we're in the classroom. A lot of you are going to be paying for this out of your own pocket. And so we always want to really strive to make it as affordable as possible. And so we do think it's pretty awesome that you get 10 full rich modules for the regular price of $100. But if you get in before August 31st, we're going to give you that early bird discount of $90.
So, and yeah, just like Holly said, you'll notice the 100 is there because if you join in September, totally welcome to, but it will go up to that 100. 10 modules regardless. So do it soon. We already had quite a few signups, so we're excited to see you there. This, of course, is where you would do that, right? We are through Elevate Academy, so you'll want to go to the Elevate Academy area of Elevate's website, and then you'll find that Science of Reading course that we just explained to you. So I'm going to leave that up there. And thank you for your time. Please let us know if you have questions.
Absolutely.
We are available on our Instagram accounts and Facebook. And Jason's going to pop back to address a couple questions, and we will see you so soon.
We're so excited. If
See you
have any questions, let us know.
All right. Thanks, guys. Wow. So how amazing was all of that? So you need to head over to elevateyourclassroom.com right now and get signed up for the new Science of Reading course under Elevate Academy. I want to address a few things that we make sure that we're very clear about because we had some questions earlier. So I want to go ahead and address those right now. One of the questions is, how long will we have access to these courses and exactly how does that work? So here's how it works. From the day you sign up, your access begins with Module 1. The caveat to that is if you sign up right now at the $90 price, you begin on September 1st, okay? Nothing launches till September 1st. You can sign up today, the $90 early bird rate, and your access will begin on September 1st. You get access to Module 1. That lasts for 30 days. At the end of that 30 days, you then get access to Module 2. Module 1 doesn't go away. You keep access to Module 1. In 30 more days, you then get access to Module 3. Module 1 and Module 2 remain. You've just added Module 3. Into 30 days, Module 4 comes along. So that's just going to continue throughout the 10 months. At the end of that 10 months, when Module 10's 30 days are up, access is gone for all 10 modules. So while the course is going, you have access to every module throughout the course. So let's say I don't sign up until next month on September 15th. So I've gone to my admin and I've said, hey, I really want to do this. Takes my admin a little bit of time to get back to me. And they're like, okay, yeah, go for it. So I head over to elevatedclassroom.com, click on Elevate Academy Science of Reading course. I sign up. As soon as I sign up on September 15th, I immediately get access to Module 1. As soon as I sign up, I can go straight from there, straight to Module 1 and start watching, start downloading, start enjoying the course. 30 days later, on the 15th of October, I get access to Module 2. Now, let's say my friend Jose comes along on the 17th and decides he wants to sign up. He signs up on September 17th. He immediately gets access to Module 1. He has access all the way through the 17th of the next month, and then Module 2 drops. Again, we both keep Module 1. So I hope that makes sense and helps you understand exactly how this course is going to work. It's really simple. It's a course you get every 30 days. You get access to a new module, and you do not lose access to the others. Another question we've gotten is certificates. Yes, you do get a certificate every month of completion. We are not affiliated with the university, so you do not get continuing education units. We do give a certificate of completion that you can take back to your admin to hopefully get those CEUs, but we do not provide those. Another question we got, is this different from Academy? Well, we explained that a little bit at the beginning, but some of you may not have seen this entire video. So again, the way Academy works, Academy is the umbrella. Academy is here, Elevate Academy. Under the Academy, we have several different courses that we're going to be offering you. The one that we've offered up so far before tonight or before today, depending on when you're watching this video, is our conference series, our 2023 conference series. That includes all of our in-person sessions that occurred in Nashville and New England in 2023. This Elevate Science of Reading course does not include those same sessions. They're mutually exclusive. They are not the same at all. They're both under the umbrella. So now when you go to elevateyourclassroom.com and you click on Academy, the drop down is going to come down. You're going to see two options. You're going to see the conference 2023 series, and you're going to see science of reading. You choose which one you want. We've got more things coming your way, by the way. Holly didn't mention this, but we got some science of writing stuff that's going to be thrown in with this, and we're hoping to have science of writing course. We've got some phonics stuff maybe in mind. We've got some math stuff in mind. We're going to be able to have all of these courses where we're going to dive deep into those topics and give you super duper in-depth research and hands-on activities that you can do with your students in your own classroom. Last question. Is this the same as Elevate Virtual? It is not the same as Elevate Virtual. Elevate Virtual is our summer conference that we have every year that begins in June and ends August 31st. You have 90 days access. Again, mutually exclusive, just like everything else. Nothing is ever a duplicate. We're not going to offer you sessions in Elevate Science of Reading, then also offer those in Elevate Virtual, or then offer those in Elevate Conference series. We're just not going to do that, okay? They're completely all separate. So if you have already signed up for Elevate Academy, which is our 2023 conference series, then you need to sign up for this because it's totally separate. It's totally different. There are no crossovers there. All right. So again, we are super, super excited about this. We are so blessed to have Holly and Jake as a part of our team. You've seen them at our in-person conferences. You've seen them at our virtual conferences. And now they are here to join us for Science of Reading under Elevate Academy. And it's going to be amazing.
It might seem crazy.
Thank you. Have a great one. See you soon.